You can use Journal its timer to track the time you spent on calendar sessions. There are many ways to start a timer. You can long press a calendar session. Start timer. Or you can tap the Start button on top of the current time block. Or on the Planner tab, tap the Menu button. Show timer. Tap the Switch button to select a target. Select a target. Then tap the Start button. Once the timer is started, you can see the remaining execution time for this timer session. To pause the timer, tap the Pause button. Tap Resume when you're ready to continue. When the execution time is over, tap the Break button to switch to break mode. The timer now shows the remaining time for break. When the execution time or break time is over, the app will send notifications to let you know. The current target of the timer is shown in the bottom of the timer panel and also highlighted with green borders on the planner. To switch to another target, you can long press the new target. Tap Select in Timer. Or from the timer panel, tap the Switch button on the bottom right corner. Then select the new target. Tap the Stop button to stop the timer and apply the timer log to the calendar session. To see how much time you have spent on a calendar session, you can open the session. Navigate to the Date and Time section. Time spent. Tap the duration to see details. Here you can see the list of the timer logs, each with start time and duration. Of course, you can also add logs manually by tapping the Add button on the top right corner. We just learned the basic operations on timer. Now let's learn how to customize the timer to work the way you want. By default, execution length is 50 minutes and break length is 10 minutes. To change the default execution and break length, tap the Menu button. Tap Configs. Enter the new values. Then tap Done to save. Note that if the timer is currently working, then the new values won't be applied right away, but on the next time you start the timer instead. You can also customize the execution and break length for a specific block. First, open the left panel, Day Blocks, and tap the block you want to customize. Here, in the Timer Preferences section, tap the drop-down button. Select Custom. And set the values for the execution length and break length. Tap Done to save it. From now on, whenever you start a timer with a target of this block, the timer will use the block's settings for execution and break length instead of the default values. You can always change the execution length of the current timer session, regardless of the settings, by tapping the clock. Enter the amount of time in minutes, and tap OK. To take a break before the execution length is over, tap the Menu button. Take break. To clear the execution time limit for the current session, tap the Menu button. Clear execution time limit. Because there's no longer a time limit, the timer now shows how much time you have spent instead of how much time until break. If you realize that the timer was focusing on the wrong target all along, then you can replace the current timer target with a new one. With that, the current timer log will also be removed from the previous target and applied to the new target. To replace target, tap the menu button, Replace target, and select the new target. That's it for Timer in Journalit. To learn more, please check out the user guide in the description. As always, feel free to comment below if you have any question. Happy journaling!